Hey, what's up everybody? I'm back. I know you probably thought I was dead or something, like haven't made videos in forever, but no, I've actually been playing a lot of Mass Effect 3 and that's why I haven't made any League of Legends videos, so I apologize for that. I got really addicted to it. I played it like literally as soon as I woke up until I went to sleep, and I was gonna make some videos like in between time of me playing it, but I was having so much fun I literally just didn't make any videos. But I finally got around to recording some matches of me in the multiplayer, and I figured that, hey, I'll go ahead and share this with you guys. The multiplayer is way more fun than I thought it would be. It's not competitive and you're not playing against other players. You're actually playing co-op with 4 people against increasingly difficult waves of enemies, up to 11 waves. So I'll go ahead and go through the whole multiplayer experience here and show you guys exactly what happens in in the couple of rounds, and I'll try and go over the different stuff. So right now I'm playing a human Vanguard. In the multiplayer there are 4 different classes. Well, I should say there's 3 different classes in each category. So you've got Vanguard, Adept, Infiltrator, etc. A couple of others like that. And usually you'll start off with a human, like a male and a female human of each class, and then you have to unlock other classes through credits and buying cards and getting random lucky chances. And I'll talk about that later. But for now, the class I'm playing now is the human Vanguard, and his main 2 useful abilities are Biotic Charge and Nova. He also gets Shockwave, which I don't level up at all, as I don't find it to be very useful in my opinion. So the way Mass Effect 3 works, if you're not even aware, is that if you use one ability, it puts all of your abilities on cooldown. So that's why I only level up 2, since I don't want to level up in another ability that's just going to make it so I can't use my 2 main skills. Now, what I do is I run around with a shotgun, and I actually unlocked this shotgun called the Disciple. It's probably the most lightweight shotgun, so it gives my abilities a really short cooldown. With Mass Effect 3, you have to really keep in mind the weight of your weapons, as they will significantly increase the time it takes for your cooldowns to recharge. And on the class I'm playing now, the Vanguard, you rely heavily on having your Biotic Charge up as fast as possible. It's not like the Soldier or something where you can just sit there and tank damage. If you'll notice, what happens is whenever I go in and attack with my Biotic Charge, it regenerates 50% of my shield. And then whenever I use Nova, it reduces my shield down to 0. So the whole strategy and combo behind playing the Vanguard is to run in with your Biotic Charge into a situation that you won't die immediately, and then you can pop off a round or 2 of your shotgun, and once your Biotic Charge is about to come back up, use your Nova to do some damage, and then use your charge again, and that way you keep your shield up as much as possible. Now the main thing is that if you lose your shield, then you won't be able to do your Nova, because your Nova does require that shield power in order to actually use the ability. Cool thing about Nova is it doesn't use a cooldown, so it just uses the resource of your shield, and that's the main thing. So what I've done is I've leveled up my Nova to do extra damage to shields and armored targets. So I'm really good at damaging any targets that have those shields. So you'll notice like the Centurions, they'll all have the blue shield, and so the best way for me to deal with them is to charge in and blast them with my Nova, and then hit them once or twice with a shotgun. Now another thing that I've done is in the skill tree progression is on my Biotic Charge, instead of going for a full shield recharge, I keep it at 50% shield recharge, and instead it has like I believe a 25% chance of refreshing my cooldown. And what that allows me to do is Biotic Charge in, and if my cooldown is automatically refreshed, then I'll immediately Nova, and then I can Biotic Charge once again and just continue doing that constant DPS with that charge. Now, it's not too dangerous to play the Vanguard like this if you know how to do it correctly. You can't always just charge in the middle of everything, and you need to make sure you don't use your Nova right away if your Biotic Charge cooldown's not up. The safest thing to do is usually to charge in and use your shotgun once or twice. Once that charge is about to come up, go ahead and do your Nova, and then immediately into another charge. The main thing that I do with playing the Vanguard is I will just continually spam my 1 key while looking at enemies, because you do get in situations where you'll get really low health, and if you don't get that charge up as soon as possible, you're going to die. while you are doing the spell, it actually makes you invulnerable. So as long as you're doing your charge, you're safe. But if you get caught into a situation where you don't have that cooldown up and there's a lot of guys shooting at you, that's when you're really going to be, you know, put in a position where you could potentially get taken out. Now these guys right here, I'm playing against Cerberus obviously, and these guys with the shields, those are going to be your biggest enemies as a Vanguard, because it's really hard to knock those shields back. You do absolutely 0 damage unless you shoot them right between that little metal slot that they have with your shotgun, and that's kind of hard to do since it has a lot of spread. Now sometimes when you do your biotic charge on those guys, it'll knock their shield back, and if you're quick, you can get a quick shotgun blast to the face. The easiest thing for me to do though is to biotic charge in, shoot them with a shotgun, and the shotgun would generally knock their shield back just enough, and then a second shotgun blast to the head will finish them off. The only other way to kill them off is to probably have some teamwork and get them to turn their back to you or to your teammates and let one of you guys finish them off that way. This game in multiplayer, it actually does, it requires a lot of teamwork. So if your team dies and, you know, doesn't group up a lot, then you could have some problems, and you'll start to see that later on in this match. You'll notice that we kind of, you know, split off and do our own thing. We have another Vanguard in here. A lot of times the Vanguard's job is to kind of run in back and cause chaos, and it's best to have some, you know, maybe like an infiltrator that can go in stealth and snipe things for you that you miss, and take shields off and things like that for you. But other than that, the Vanguard's all about just playing with a little bit of finesse, and that's why I like playing the Vanguard. Is he is quite enjoyable. He's not the best class. I'd say right now the best class in the game, due to, you know, safety and utility, is the Infiltrator, and I'll have a commentary of that later. But I just, you know, I was having trouble getting some footage of that because whenever I record, it drops my frame rate, and it's really hard to play a sniper class at lower frame rate because you can't really line up your sights as well. But I'll get some footage of that later, no problem. Now right now we're in the wave with the Atlas walking mech, and the main thing you have to be careful with on the Vanguard class that I feel is kind of buggy in this, but I mean, you can work around it and deal with it, is that if you do your biotic charge into someone like an Atlas, or if you're playing against the other classes, if you do a charge into anything that can grab you and instantly kill you, there is a small chance that it will grab you in the middle of your charge, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So you need to make sure if you actually charge at something such as an Atlas or a Phantom, or, you know, anything of the sort like that, or Banshee, you need to make sure that the actual target is not targeting you, it's targeting one of your allies before you charge in like that, or you have the chance of just instantly dying, and you really don't want that to happen. The best thing to do is to go up behind an Atlas, charge into him, and use your Nova, and if you have the increased damage to armored targets, you'll blast the crap out of their armor very fast, and you can just get 1 or 2 shotgun blasts and continue to charge. As soon as the Atlas decides to turn around and target you, the good thing to do is to roll out and just do your combat roll. You need to get really good at using that combat roll. There we go. I actually got taken out by an Atlas there. I was being shot. I wasn't aware that the Atlas was targeting me, but luckily I have a teammate nearby. He revives me, and I'm gonna run around. Good thing about getting revived as a Vanguard, generally on other classes, you get revived, you have no you have no shields, and you have to get to safety quickly. But it's really easy on the Vanguard because all you have to do, I mean, you're already used to not having shields. So all you got to do is push your 1 key and charge to your enemy, and boom, you're good to go. So right here, I charged right up to this Atlas. I figured he was targeting my ally. He did turn his attention to me, so I am being kind of unsafe there. I roll out, noticing that I need to reload my my shotgun. One good thing that you need to make sure is you always have your shotgun loaded up and ready to go. That way, if you don't kill someone right away with your biotic charge, all you have to do is just shoot them once or twice with a shotgun, hopefully in the face. That way you get that extra damage, and then you can finish them off with a Nova if necessary. And boom, I'm going to charge right in here. That's one thing I really enjoy about the Vanguard. It's so fun. You just fly right through windows. You can go all the way across the map. And man, those turrets are a big deal, by the way. If you see engineers placing down those turrets, you need to be very careful about that, as they can take you down extremely fast. So one of my main concerns in any match is I'll always try and take out those turrets very quickly, as they can take out my allies. And I'm pretty good at taking them out. If you actually go in on them and do your Nova, you'll blow them up so fast. But you need to make sure that it's not targeting you at the moment in time. that you jump in, and if you are facing a turret that's at full health and shields, make sure you have somewhere to escape to or roll out of. Otherwise, you have a pretty big chance of just getting blasted down after you do your initial biotic charge and Nova combo, as I don't know if it'll always actually kill it. And bam, I'm gonna kill this guy going up these ladders. Unfortunately, he gets up there, but I got the biotic charge refreshed quickly, and I can just jump in there and knock him over the wall. That is a cool thing about the Nova, is that if it doesn't kill your opponent and they don't have shields, it will actually, it does have a force component to it, so it'll fly them up into the air, you know, over walls and whatnot. Now, the other classes have biotic charge, but they don't have the Nova ability. So while the human is probably the most damaging of the Vanguard classes in multiplayer, and you can do lots of really cool combos with the charge and Nova, there's some more finesse involved with playing the other two classes. So for example, with the Drell, instead of Nova you get pull, and the strategy behind that is trying to get an enemy into your pool and then comboing and doing a biotic explosion with your actual charge. So you never want to charge in without your pull. You always want to grab your enemies with pull and then boom, charge in with a biotic charge. And with that one, instead of going for the recharge speed on my charge, I'll go for the full shield recharge. And sometimes I'll even go for like either a sniper or a pistol for the drill, and that way I can take out the shields and then shoot them with a pull and do the biotic charge combo. You don't always need to do that. You can still go in there and do a biotic charge, have a shotgun ready to go, shoot them to where their shields are gone, and then shoot your shoot out your shield. Now right here, you'll notice I was trying to run up and grab these guys, and there we go. I was almost able to grab him, but something interrupted me and I wasn't able to get the grab off. Let me explain. The grabs are actually probably one of the most useful things to have, and if you're good at getting them. If you find your opponents going to hide themselves behind a wall, try and run up and get into cover right in front of them, and you'll see the little fist symbol, and then you can push F and you'll be able to grab them and get an insta kill off. That's one of the most satisfying ways to kill enemies, especially if it's one of the stronger enemies. Right there I got taken out because I just kind of ran in the middle of a bunch of guys and it was really unsafe for me. So right now I'm looking for an opponent that I can charge to. I don't see anyone. And there's someone up in the window. I'm waiting for him to pop his head out. Oh, there's the Nemesis. You see the little red dot coming out to snipe, and so I'm going to go ahead and take her out since she's kind of out in the open. And I don't know where she went. I actually did a Nova. She flew all the way over the wall. Yeah, she actually died from that. They do die from falling damage, so that was pretty crazy. She flew. I was like, come on, where'd she go? And one thing that you can do in these matches, if things get really heated and they get really thick, is you have these little rocket launchers, and that's my 5 key. I get 3 of them per round. I'm not really worried about using them since I get them a lot on my cards. You know, whether you're buying Spectre packs or recruit packs on your coins, you'll get a lot of rockets. So it's not a big deal to waste those. You're not really wasting them, to be honest, if you use them in the right situations. Because obviously, if you do complete a full round and get a full extraction at the end, then you get a lot of extra credits over just partially getting through some of the waves. And so that's a big thing if you're trying to farm up a lot of credits, is to make sure you're in a good group and to get those full extractions and finish up all the waves. So if you have a group of enemies, like a couple of Atlas or some really tough enemies that are really giving you guys a problem, especially on the upload levels, which you haven't really seen here. This hasn't been like a good commentary for showing you the different objectives that you have to do in multiplayer. I've been mainly running around and killing stuff, but I'll probably talk about the objectives and stuff on my next commentary when I show off the infiltrator class, as they're really good at doing the objectives. But the main thing is that the hardest level, in my opinion, is the actual the upload levels, because everyone has to group up in one area, and that allows all the enemies to kind of close in on you. But anyways, that's when you would use those rocket launchers generally, is whenever you have all the really big, hard to kill enemies running up at you. You'll pop out that rocket launcher and blast everything. It's a one-shot kill. You just need to make sure that you aim it in the correct position and not like fly off in the distance somewhere, because you only have, like I said, 3 of them for the entire round. Or for the entire set of matches. We're doing pretty good here. I think we're right at around wave 8, and I'm about to die here, but you'll notice that when I get really low health, I just start spamming that 1 key as fast as possible. Obviously, I don't have my mic recorded here, but you would just hear my keyboard. It's just like tap, 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 tap. And I'm just, anytime that I'm in the middle of a bunch of guys like that, I'll just run up and spam that key as much as possible. Now, unfortunately, a lot of my teammates are dying here now, and by a lot, I mean one of them died there. So the thing about dying in this game is like you have a small window where you can actually come back if somebody revives you. Also, if you have them, you can use your meta gels, which is your 7 key. Although those are, unfortunately, I don't ever get enough of those, so sometimes I run out of them and I have to go buy more, which you get them randomly, so that kind of sucks. So meta gels are very valuable. Do your best to not use your meta gel unless you're like at the last moment of dying, and usually I don't use it unless we've gotten several waves in. So if my team's so bad that we can't even get past like wave 3 or something, then I don't even waste my meta gels. I usually wait until like wave 8 or 9 before I start actually using meta gels to revive myself in a situation where I die. Now here's a Phantom right here. I gotta be very careful. So see how I jumped into that guy? He could have actually caught me in mid jump there and taken me out. Now when you get their barriers down, they'll actually go into invisibility mode right there, but I knew he was there, so I just continued to shoot my shotgun as much as possible, and I was able to get a full kill, and I got that 1600 points for getting that kill. Right here, I decided to go ahead and use my meta gel. I noticed that my entire team was down, so I'm going to go ahead and do my best to finish this off by myself. It looks like everybody's dead. I'm going to see if I can get them to revive them, but it's going to be really close, it looks like. I can get to this guy, I think. All right, so we're going to get over here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the revive. And it looks like it kind of got... Oh my god, that's the worst luck ever! I forgot about that. He actually died as I was reviving him, and bam, a Phantom came out, and then he died as soon as I got there. So that's literally the worst luck for me. 2 guys that I tried to revive, and now a Phantom is about to rape me so hard, but I'm going to get her. If I can get her one more shotgun. No, my Nova. Okay, look at that. So Phantoms, they have some of the most damaging attacks in the game. They've got a pistol thing, or like this little shot that comes out of their hand that can attack. Oh wow, there's like 2 turrets there. There's no way I'm going to fight that. This is getting really dangerous. I'm actually all by myself. We're like on wave 8 or 9, and there's like several combat engineers, 2 guys with shields, and there's a Phantom. I'm going to have to get the hell out of there. There's no way I want to fight this, especially solo. You have to play really careful. If you get into a situation like this where all of your teammates are down and it's coming down to just you, you've really got to just plan out your attacks carefully. All of the enemies are going to be closing in on you specifically. They always know where you're at, so the best thing to do is just to kind of filter out all the enemies into one location to follow you. So go for the easy enemies first. Take out all the easy ones. So here's a Centurion. I can take him down without too much trouble. I'm actually missing a couple of my shotgun blasts, but you notice I was spamming my 1 key as I was shooting. That's the main thing. You don't want to just shoot. You always want to spam that 1 key to get that shield back up as soon as possible, because there's always a good chance you can die if you're not careful. I've taken down 2 Centurions. Here's another one. I'm going to look around the corner, make sure there's no turrets or anything. It doesn't look like there is, and so boom, blasting out my Novas. Gonna do my biotic charge, 1 more attack on that Centurion, shotgun blast to the face, will take him out. I'm gonna reload and run up here. The main thing I need to watch out is that Phantom is still on the field somewhere. Combat engineer shouldn't be too big of a problem. I don't see any turrets laying around, so I should be able to take this guy out no problem and do my Nova. He's done. There's 2 Guardians over there and a Centurion, so this is getting really thick. I'm going to have to move to another location. If I stay here for too long, everybody's going to close in on me, and I have the potential of dying right here. I need to reload my shotgun, have no bullets left in the chamber, and there's a bunch of guys coming up behind me, so I'm going to run all the way out of there, actually get all the way to safety. I saw someone was shooting at me, so I'm going to reload right there, grab some ammo from the crate, and let's see if I can go ahead and finish off the rest of the match. And this is where it gets really intense, is when you're in a situation all by yourself. So now that there's a Phantom coming in, I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to pull out my rocket launcher, shoot it. I actually missed a Phantom, so I used a second blast, take out the Phantom, and I was able to finish off a Centurion and a Phantom. Unfortunately, I don't know why I did that. I actually shot a second missile launcher. I missed everyone, and but I was able to at least finish off the Phantom. I've got a few enemies left. There's a Centurion there. I can take him out. They're not too big of a problem. I'll just use my Nova. A couple of shotgun blasts. Okay, that's a kill for me. And I think right now we're down to a couple of Guardians. So it's been pretty intense so far. If we can finish this wave, we'll definitely get a lot better score than before, and hopefully we can actually win this next round with if our team actually gets together and does it right. And holy crap, that turret almost took me out. So I'm gonna wait for its damage burst to go down. The turret actually shoots in bursts, so you just basically get into cover, wait for the shooting to go down, and I see another turret coming up, so I'm gonna get the hell out of there. I know that if I run away, the turrets do eventually go away on their own. So there's no reason for me to fight it right now since there are guardians on the field. What I want to do is take out those guardians, and then I can finish off that Centurion in just a second. And here we go. This guy actually, it looks like I've already hurt him down quite a bit, so it only takes a charge and 1 Nova. He's gone. And what is left? Okay, here is one more Guardian. Guardian's low health. If I can just damage him, though, this is what I really hate about fighting Guardians. Is, oh, there we go. Mail slot right in the face. Headshot. And that gives me the 5 headshot bonus. Good stuff. And I think there's still 1 or 2 more Guardians, I'm pretty sure. And I know a combat engineer is around here somewhere. And there he is. See, remember, he actually put down a turret, but this time he followed me around. And I think that the AI has a little bit of a cooldown on putting down turrets. So obviously he didn't put down that last turret, and I'm good to go. Now that he's taken out, and I'm just going to stay up here, and that turret down there will eventually go away on its own. I'm going to try and mail slot this guy, but the spread on shotguns is pretty annoying. If I can charge at him, that should be pretty. Oh, this is actually bad. I'm gonna get surrounded by these guardians. What I'm wanting to do is, yeah, see, I charge into him and get them all on one side. You don't want people coming at you from multiple sides. I hate that. Sometimes when you run the cover system, it'll automatically put you into cover, and that really messes you up. What I did there was I actually charged him. His shield went back, so I rolled out to get away from getting damage from the other guardian. I was able to shoot him. Bam! Took out the last 2. Basically soloed that entire wave and got my team back up. So every wave your team will get revived back up. That puts me in the top for the score since I did all of that work on my own. Now here's where it's really going to be a lot of trouble. Is I actually have to finish off this last one. We're on wave 10. This is always the hardest one in my opinion because it's an objective wave. So you'll notice there's 4 devices we have to enable, and in order to do that we need the team to get around here. And I'm actually in a really bad spot. I'm gonna go down. That was really bad of me to kind of be there, especially on wave 10. There was a turret, and that's what took me down. One of my allies has already died. I'm dead as well. I'm gonna need somebody to help me up. I don't even have any metagels left to heal myself up. There looks like one of my allies is up. He's probably going to die to this turret, though. Yeah, he actually did die to the turret. So I'm going to try and get to cover to get my shield back up. This is looking really bad, though, as I'm already down on shields. I'm going to go ahead and jump to this Nemesis to get my shield back up. Let's see if I can actually finish her off without dying. I think that turret will try and kill me. If I'm not careful, it's going to finish me off. I really want to revive this guy, but that turret, it's so dangerous to do so. And now a Phantom is here, and this is really bad. This Phantom's probably going to take me out. I'm going to jump to her to get my shield back and run the heck out of there if I can. And another Phantom is sitting right around the corner. I'm actually out of rocket launchers. There's not much I can do. I was able to take him out. If I can get to this Nemesis now, I'm a little bit safer because I got away from those Phantoms. But right now, the main thing, it looks like he went down. All the allies are dead. I was able to get out of there safely, and holy crap, I'm stuck in this cover system. I hate that. There's a lot of guys shooting at me, and I did not need to do that. That was a big mistake. Jumped right in the middle of everybody. That's probably going to put me in a bad spot. Jumping to that Phantom to get my shield back gave me just enough to get out of there. No, my God, now here's an Atlas. Oh, goodness, and it looks like my allies are all dead. This would be maybe okay. I might be able to finish this off if there were not devices that I had to enable. The unfortunate thing about this is that I could probably do this if I was like an infiltrator class, but I'll probably run out of time before I can kill off all of the enemies and enable the devices. That's the main problem that I'm seeing here. And now I'm really low health, and also there's a Phantom here beating the crap out of me, and I really need to get out. I was able to take out that one Phantom, but now there's a Nemesis here, and holy crap, there's an engineer with a turret. He's blocking me off, and another Phantom. This is looking bad. She just sliced me up. I don't think I can do this. So one last bar of health. I'm going to jump in there, get my shield up as much as possible, try and run around the corner to block as much damage as I can, and I can't get the cooldown up. Wasn't able to get the charge. No meta gels ready to go, so that's going to be it. We do lose on wave 10. Unfortunately, not able to get the extraction, which comes on the next wave. But overall, that is the Vanguard class. He is pretty fun to play. One of the more enjoyable ones, in my opinion. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this commentary of the multiplayer for Mass Effect 3. And so be sure to check it out. I'll probably do a couple more commentaries of the other classes. That way you guys can check those out and you know, kind of get a feel for how they play out and how they're much different. So see you guys around for the next one. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. This could